This is Jupiter Today for the 15th of December, 2014. Jupiter Today is a daily podcast focusing attention on the Jupiter system for the purpose of monitoring activity. At 0 hours UTC, the position of Jupiter on the celestial sphere is 9 hours, 39 minutes, 53.8 seconds, and a declination of positive 14 degrees, 48 minutes, 22.7 seconds. The angular separation from the Sun today is 120.346 degrees, and that's 1.036 degrees greater than it was yesterday. The distance between Earth and Jupiter is 710,510,839 kilometers, and that's 2,034,839 kilometers closer than yesterday. It gives a relative velocity between Jupiter and Earth of 84,784.96 kilometers per hour moving toward one another. That's mainly due to the motion of the Earth around the Sun. And that velocity is continuing to slow down. The central meridian at 0 hours UTC, CM1 250.52 degrees, CM2 315.73 degrees, and CM3 209.96 degrees. At 0 hours UTC, Io begins the day at its western elongation. Europa starts the day in quadrant 1, heading east. Ganymede spends all day in quadrant 3, heading west. And Callisto spends all day in quadrant 1, heading east. 6 hours UTC. Io is in quadrant 4 now, heading east. At 12 hours UTC, Io is behind Jupiter, now in quadrant 1, heading east. Europa is at maximum eastern elongation and is now in quadrant 2, heading west for the rest of the day. 1800 hours. Io is in quadrant 1, still heading east. Europa is still in quadrant 2, heading west. So Io's on the far side of Jupiter, and Europa's on the near side of Jupiter. And by 0 hours UTC tomorrow, you can see that Io is now in quadrant 2, heading west, just past its eastern elongation. There were 2 Jupiter satellite events. The first at 8:56 UTC, when Io disappears into the shadow of Jupiter, and at 12:20 UTC, when Io reappears from behind Jupiter. All the other moons are away from Jupiter. There were no satellite mutual events. 24 hours of the Jupiter sky. Ganymede there in quadrant 3, heading west from our perspective. Io coming up behind Jupiter. Should see it wink out. And it winks back in before we see it reappear from behind Jupiter. You see Europa there in quadrant 2. See the constellation of Orion, Canis Major. Constellations look pretty much the same. There's Scorpius and Sagittarius. And there's Europa ever getting closer. Tomorrow she'll be passing in front of Jupiter. There are 2 red spot meridian crossings today. The first is at 6:53, and the other is at 16:49 UTC. There was a new image posted. You can see the date and time. And the radio data. And there were no new papers. So please subscribe. Would like to hear your comments, suggestions. Send your images of Jupiter or the Jupiter system with the time that you took the images to the email shown. And until tomorrow, I bid you peace.